What is going on, everybody? I'm Spencer Tillis.
I'm Trayvon Miles.
And I'm Haley Milon.
And this, of course, is the Delmarva Sports Insider. Coming up in just a bit in today's episode. Sussex Tech was looking to move to 2-0 on the year as they played host to a very dangerous Indian squad. We'll show you how they did.
And Washington hosted Queen Anne's last night and was looking for the dub, but the Lions, they had something else entirely in mind.
That's right, and Cape Field Hockey putting their winning streak of infinity on the line earlier this week. They traveled to Camden to take on Caesar Rodney.
Yeah, they're kind of good.
Yep.
Well, all right, guys. Those games, all pretty good, and we'll get to them in a minute. But the game of the week, which I had circled coming in, was North Carolina taking on Kent Island. I thought it would be good. I did not think it was going to be this good. It's going to be one that people are going to be talking about for a long time. The Bucks, well, they'd be on a drive here early on as Jordan Marciano. He's going to have an opportunity to kind of give his team a good lead in this thing as he was going to air a pass deep down the sideline right here as he's going to hook up with his man Sean Mooney. That'll be good for a 30-yard touchdown strike. They would take the lead, but the Dogs would answer. They'd have a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And then this, David Bailey Jr. straight up the gut. You're really not going to stop that guy ever. That'll tie this game up. We give them a 7-point lead. North Carolina in front, but not for long. Ryan Austin breaks the plane. This thing is tied up at 14-14. But the game came down to this. Under a minute to play. North Carolina lining up to kick the game-winning field goal. And they did have the game-winning play. It just went the other way. Gets blocked, and Braden Doyle O'Doyle rules and takes that thing all the way back for the go-ahead score right there. And that would be the difference as Kent Island takes this thing 21-14 the final. Unbelievable, unbelievably heartbreaking loss right now for the Dogs. What is with these guys in field goals? I don't know what happened last year in the playoffs or this year. Weird start to the year for North Carolina. They could be 0-3 really, or they could be 3-0, but it has just been a funky start for what's going on right there, and just a really, really tough way to lose a football game, about as bad as it can be.
My heart aches for that defense.
The other side of it, give some credit right now to Kent Island. I thought this team was supposed to be rebuilding. Nobody told these guys. They look pretty rebuilt already right now. They're going to be pretty solid this year.
They've told us a couple times on Twitter that they don't rebuild in Stevensville. They reload there.
Apparently.
Apparently that must be so. All right, guys, we're shifting gears now to the first state. Not as dramatic week in Delaware as it was in Maryland, but some great action going on. Indian River looking to pull off a massive upset last night as they took the trip over to take on Sussex Tech. And the Indians came out and straight punched Tech in the mouth. George Martin, nice guy, but a nasty runner. He's breaking tackles on his way to the end zone for a 25-yard score. Next possession for IR, the second back of that tandem, Gerald Foreman. He blasts one 36 yards up the right side. He's in. IR comes out and takes a 14-0 lead, and we are thinking upset, but not so fast. There's that man, Isaiah Brown. He's going to take the handoff, shake a defender, and get upfield. 55 yards later, he is in for a touchdown, and then Tech would just take this game over. Deshaun Sample gets it up the gut, and he's going to rumble 76 yards to the crib. Tech outscores IR 35-14 after the first quarter, and they go on to roll by a final of 48-28. First of all, I didn't really expect IR to come out like they did after a deflating loss last week at the hands of Linganore. They came out and straight took it to Tech, so I got to give them credit for that. But obviously Tech, the more talented team, also give them credit for staying poised and leaning on that strong offensive line and those running backs that they have. They have a stable of great running backs. Also not pictured, junior quarterback Ty Morris put that team on his back last night. 3 touchdowns. He led that team. A great career game for that young man.
That is a speedy team, isn't it?
They're not
bad.
Yes,
they are.
All right, Trey, now get your tissues ready. You can actually step off the set. Crosstown rivalry last night got put to the test as Parkside took on Y-High. I am so sorry, Trey.
It's
the
okay.
Rams, they would have the early lead in this one.
There we go.
But back come the Tribe. Hey, there you go. Opening drive of the second half. And Jason Patterson takes this one in from a yard out, 2-point conversion. Good Indians up 1. Then how about this for an answer? Backup quarterback Andrew Smith finds Simeon Mumford, breaks a tackle, makes another man miss, then gets to the sideline, and he's just gone. 58 yards to the house for the score. The Rams kept coming from there. The next drive and down to the 1 before DeJour Church takes it in off the right side. then they would put it away. Another short touchdown run, this one from Davis Ingley. The Rams end up taking it this year, 28-8, the final. So the Indians able to get the early lead, Trey. How about that? You're blaming the helmets.
Yes,
You're blaming the gear. All right. But they just can't stop the passing game. No. Possibly problems with the secondary there, huh?
I agree. I'm going to put it fully on.
Do you have any eligibility left?
No, I don't have any left, but if I did, I would go get some different helmets. Let's start there.
All right.
Go get a different team, maybe.
Hey, man. Hey,
Too soon?
Not yet.
All right, well, there's a bunch of other really good games going on this week, including Washington looking to pull off a bit of an upset there at home, taking on Queen Anne's. And while those Jags came out fired up and ready to go, shocking everybody right here, they would actually take the lead. A 1-yard quarterback sneak right there by Eric Ballard.
Oh, my gosh.
But it was pretty much all Queen Anne's after that. Jaquel Gardner, that man's got an awesome name and an awesome way of running the ball right there. 37 yards to the house. Very next possession, quarterback Mike D'Angelo starts playing a little backyard football right here. Airs this one deep down the field right there. Tyler Bonner, that's good for a 78-yard run and catch. And then they hit another home run right here. D'Angelo this time connects with C.J. Rogers. And look at the way he finishes off this run. Just is so much determination.
He's a beast.
Putting his team on his back right there. Lions go on to get the win, 49-7 the final.
Sussex Central taking on Interboro of Pennsylvania, trailing 13-10. Terrible turnover here at the 1 by Central quarterback Braden Bowden. Fumbles the ball, a huge missed opportunity to go in and score right there. Interboro proceeded to go on a 28-play, 98-yard drive, capped by this Chris Thomas plunge on 4th and goal. Central trailing by 10 with under 4 to go. They fought to the end. 1 minute left. Kendrick Knox, 2-yard touchdown. They would miss the PAT, need a touchdown instead of a field goal. Before they needed that, they would need the onside kick, and they would not get it. Some bad turnovers at the wrong time for Central as Interboro wins this one 20-16 the final.
That ain't pretty. Woodbridge, though, playing host to Polytech last night, and let me tell you guys, this one was all Blue Raiders. Polytech QB Zach Travato is stripped, and Leah Stiles runs it into the end zone for Woodbridge for the score. It's 14-0 Woodbridge, and then a bad snap for Polytech. The ball goes to the Woodbridge end zone, and Stiles recovers it for a Raiders TD. Later, it's running back Tariq Riddick. He finds a hole and runs it in for the score for the Raiders. And let's do some more damage, shall we? Riddick carries it in for a 30-yard Raiders touchdown. The final score there, 48-0 Woodbridge.
Yeah, that's pretty bad right there. Well, how about Delmar? They were at home taking on St. Mary's last night. Saints were coming to play in this thing in the second half. That's going to be Donald Day. Finds a little daylight, takes it in from a couple yards out. A few drives later, this time it's Gerald Boysons right here. He gets to the end zone as well to stretch that lead out to 8. The Cats needing to find an answer, and their senior quarterback's going to try and give it to him right here as our boy's just going to start wobbling, bobbling, finds a little space rare, cuts it upfield, and, well, he's going to go ahead and move the chains after picking up 15 yards, but the drive would stall. Jimmy Atkins did all he could, but his team fell just short, 14-6 the final.
Laurel taking on St. Elizabeth's at home. Bulldogs rolling in this game thanks to this guy, senior quarterback Perez Nichols, with a nice run right here for the score. More on this guy in a minute because he had a monster game. Vikings answering back. Then it's his backfield mate, Deion Parker, taking the sweep, and he's headed for the pylon, getting it in, and he scores. And back to Nichols. You want to know how to finish off a game? This is how you finish off a game, folks. Quarterback keeper, and in the words of my great uncle, he gone, guys. 85 yards to the house. Laurel takes this one at home, finally get a win by a score of 29-20.
I just want to know who your great uncle was referring to there. But Milford taking on Delaware Military Academy last night, and they were already leading 8-0 when quarterback William Kimmel launches one to Marcus Correa for the big first down. DMA looking to get moving on, and here's Josu Cruz to Kareem Allen for 25-yard touchdown pass just a first down pass for DMA. DMA looking for more on offense, but this Cruz pass is picked off by senior David Bowman, and Milford was looking to put it away here in the fourth quarter.
There it is.
Kimmel, he looks up to Brian Murray for a score. We'll get to that later, but Milford takes that one 24-0.
All right, well, it's time for our first quick commercial break, but we got a lot more football to get to. All types of games going on this week, and we even got our power ranking to announce. Keep it right here.
I am Ian Hoisington. I go to James M. Bennett High School, and you are watching Delmarva Sports Insider.